Welcome to my first wire art tutorial. My name is Marjorie Reynolds and I'm the owner of Shimmerly. I have designed and created over 400 different wire art creations in a few years' time. So I'm just showing you guys now how to make things. And first you want to start off with your tools, which are pliers, okay? You're gonna have wire cutters, flat nose, do you see how this inside is flat? Flat nose pliers, round nose pliers, okay? Needle nose, sometimes people call them. But see how they're round all the way around? Those are the ones we want to use most. And these we're gonna use for certain things, these flat ones. These are rougher. These have a jagged edge on the inside, so they're going to be rougher on the metal. So you want to just be careful when you're using these. And then these are the cutters, and there's two sides, the inside and then the outside. And see, this outside is a flat surface here. Be careful, you don't want to cut yourself, right? But just notice that this part is flat. And so when I do make cuts, I cut using the flat side, okay? Because that's gonna give you a flush cut. And you put it about there, inside the cutters, right? About there, so it's not all the way at the back, it's not all the way at the front, it's kind of in the middle there. That's gonna give you a nice flush cut. And if you hold the top, it won't fly out when you cut it, okay? So I'm going to put that little piece over to the side, and I just wanted to show you how to cut a flush end. Okay? And then we're going to take our round nose pliers, and we're going to just grab it really close to the end because we want to make a tight spiral, okay? We're going to make an abstract spiral. And we're going to first grab it. Oh, God, this is hard to do. It's all right, Marge. Okay. We're going to grab it close to the end, and we're going to hold it nice and tight, and we're going to just twist and hold, twist and hold. Right? We're going to use our other hand to hold it still as we grab it and twist it. Okay? See that? Yeah. As we grab it, tight enough to grab the wire, but not too tight to damage the wire, right? We want to hold it with our other hand while we kind of bend it towards it, and we use our other hand to guide it and bend it at the same time, right? And you want to just loop it around at the same distance between, right, your first loop and there. So this looks a little bit different, right? This looks wider here. So I'm going to take and pull them together a little bit. See that? And you can really just make it just how you want it, exactly right the first time. You don't have to go back and mess with it later. You just do it exactly right. Now, if you have one part that's like sticking up or it's jagged, you can use these flat nose to kind of flatten it and smooth it out. Don't do it hard because that's going to damage the metal, right? You want to just kind of gently push it. You can also do that with your fingers, but sometimes that hurts. So you can use that tool for it. But then you can use, once you have enough of the spiral to grip it with your hand, okay? You can use it, both your hands, to make the spiral. Okay, you grip this part, and then you push it in with this other hand and guide it, okay? See how I'm doing that? I'm just guiding it with this other hand and pushing it towards the inside of the wire here. Pushing it towards me. And then just getting as close as I want to. That's real even with the rest of the loops, okay? And you can just guide it with your hand. You don't have to worry about the tools damaging the spiral now, okay? So you can guide it as big as you want, right? I'm not done yet. I think I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna keep doing it, okay, until I get it to my desired size that I want, okay? And I actually want this to be horizontal because I'm gonna, now I'm gonna make a little zigzag kind of spirally squiggle, okay? And I want my squiggle to be like horizontal with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and I'm gonna take and look at it where it will be horizontal. I'm gonna bend this backwards towards me, okay? Grab it here, not too tight to where I'm damaging the wire, right? But just enough so I have a grip on it, okay? I'm gonna pull it back like that, and I want this to be horizontal with this and with this, okay? So that it kind of rounds it off at the end. I'll show you. All right, now we're gonna twist it just like that, back towards me. So I'm gonna grab it with about the inside, like halfway down the pliers. I grab it, kind of tight enough to hold it still, and then pull it back towards me with my hands, okay? Look at that. And then I made another, that's another pass, right? At the zigzag. Okay, there's another zigzag pass. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go right back around one more time. Okay. And then we're gonna take, and now we're gonna make it smaller. So we're gonna come back come back inside to make it smaller, okay? So I'm gonna come back down this way, all right, towards me. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can kind of shape it with your hands when you're done, right? You can make it look better if you want it to look different. All right, and then I'm gonna come back around here, but I want to try to make it smaller at the back. So I'm gonna or at the bottom here. So I'm just gonna make these a little bit shorter. These are gonna be shorter than these, okay? All right, now I'm just about ready to finish it off. So what I really need at this point is I need enough to loop it around and then a little loop, okay? So I'm gonna cut it about here. I usually eye this off, right? You guys, I eye it out. Like, hey, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the same every time. That's the whole point. It's handmade, right? So then I'm gonna make a little tiny loop here. And the closer you get to the end of these pliers, the tighter the loop will be, right? Because the narrower the tip is, all right? See, how it gets gradually bigger? All right, and then to make it easier, I'm gonna grab the flat nose that have that little jagged edge and that are easier to grip. I'm gonna take it about down at the bottom here so that it's got a nice grip on this little spiral, on this little loop here. And I'm gonna pull it back around and make it into a bigger loop, right? Like this little loop is inside of a bigger loop. And I'm gonna just use my hands to guide it into a circle. And just try to make it as circular as possible. So it's not like an oval shape, it doesn't have bends in it, right? Look at that. And then, so now it's all done. And then we can tie our string and hang it up, right? But we gotta put the crystal on first. Now here's the a 15 millimeter crystal. I just got this size, and aren't they pretty? Little cuties. And so I just opened up this little piece to put this on, and I'm gonna just slide that loop right on there. And then I just shut it back together. Look, I can just close it back up like that with my hands. It's super easy because the wire is aluminum, so it's malleable, it's easy to use. And now you've got yourself a beautiful little sun catcher you can hang in the window. And when you put it into direct sun, it'll make little rainbows everywhere. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that I helped you learn a lot about wire art. And for more content like this, subscribe, like, follow, share with all your friends, and check us out on Etsy if you'd like to purchase any of my wire art creations. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.